Look at what's happening today. Okay? Years ago, if you were into some form of sodomy, that's homosexuality, you were ashamed. You wanted to talk to somebody to counsel you. Why? Because you thought it was wrong. Then they went into their locker rooms, worked on what they wanted to do, decided that, look, if we come out bold and declare we're a society, we're a community of some kind, everybody's going to accept it. And that's what the Bible says. The Bible shows us in the last days, sodomy will be at the top of the list of the sins in the world. So much so, they'll control nations. It's a sign of the end times. So, they went out boldly and have gone so bold so that even those who used to think something was wrong with it are afraid to talk about it. So it's Satan's modus operandi. He thinks that if he makes bold whatever he does, it'll be accepted as norm. No surprise. It's his way. It's not new. You can read about it in the book of Genesis. Can you imagine how old it is? In the book of Genesis. The Bible shows us how these sodomites, homosexuals, went to the house of a man named Lot, Abraham's nephew. They had seen two men who turned out to be angels. And these two men came to Lot's house. They actually came to deliver him, he and his family. And this community of homosexuals attacked that home. And they demanded that Lot would bring out those two men. They said, we want to have them. We want to sleep with them. Can you imagine that? They came as a crowd. So in the days of Lot, they had become so popular, they had taken over Sodom. That's where the name Sodomites, sodomy, that's where it came from. It's named after the city of Sodom. That sin of homosexuality is named after the city of Sodom. And the Bible tells us that God was mad at them and destroyed the city. That's what he did. He destroyed the city. Has God changed what he thinks about it? He hasn't. It doesn't matter who has. He hasn't. So all through the Old Testament, you find God's response, the same thing. You go into the New Testament, the same thing. So from Genesis and to Revelation, God's against sodomy, homosexuality. That's one reason they don't want the Bible. That's why they want to cancel the Bible. But I've got news for you. It doesn't matter who tries to do that. It'll never happen. Mark my words. They'll get taken out before it will even have time to happen. But it will not happen.